How's it going, everyone? I'm here with my PWG From Out of Nowhere review. Of course, this was PWG's first show of 2015, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Of course, on the cover here, you got Trevor Lee and Roderick on the top, From Out of Nowhere, and then going at it right there at the very bottom. Of course, on the cover because, well, they were the main event, so why wouldn't you put the main event on the cover to, you know, show people what the main event and what to look forward to. Of course, the bottom here says recorded live on Friday, February 27, 2015, in illustrious Rosita, California. So nice, solid cover right there. Good stuff. You open it up, the inside, you got Ricochet and Sydal, which looks very, very vicious right there. You got the Young Bucks and Monster Mafia right there, and the disc artwork behind it. That's tape right there because from time to time, with these cases, they'll come crack. So unfortunately, mine came crack right there, so I just put some tape right there to cover. No big deal. So yeah, whatever about that. So good artwork. You know, they really went with the red for this show. And then you got the Out of Nowhere right there in the spine with Sydal along with it. It also looks like when we put it in the shelf, just like that. Here's the back, of course, your typical PWG back cover with the photos pretty much showing you what to look forward to when watching this show and whatnot. And the match listing, of course. And of course, at the description, which says, it'll focus, Pro Wrestling Girl kicked off 2015 with From Out of Nowhere on Friday, February 27th in Scenic, Rosita, California. From Out of Nowhere featured 8 outstanding matches, including the first title defense of World Champion Roderick Strong and much more. From Out of Nowhere, overall, you know, going into it, I thought it'd be a good show. But it was honestly a lot better than I expected, to be perfectly honest. I just thought this was actually a really good show. This was a perfect way to kick off the year. Nothing really bad on this show at all. Nothing really... Well, actually, I'm not going to say nothing too spectacular, because the last 3 matches are actually absolutely outstanding. Just consistently great 3 back-to-back matches. That was just so awesome. But the rest of the card is actually really, you know, it's good to really good, I thought. So, very solid show, very good way to kick off 2015, like I said. I opened the show off with the singles match, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Biff Busick, which I thought was very solid. You know, Mike Bailey, this is his debut, and I heard a lot of great things about him. I don't think we saw him to his full potential in this match. I thought, you know, Biff Busick really dominated this match, and, you know, every now and then Mike Bailey would bust out one of his signature moves. But I didn't feel like we got the full Mike Bailey impression from this match. So, not saying that I don't think he's good. I'm just saying I don't think we got all what we should have gotten from him in his debut. That's just my opinion. Hopefully the next show, I know the next show after this one, he wrestled Trevor Lee, which I heard was actually absolutely amazing. So hopefully I'll get a better impression from that match. But this was a good match, like I said. It was actually, you know, a very good opener. I'm not complaining about it, just saying that, you know, I wish I would have saw more from Mike Bailey from all the hype I've heard about him. But yeah, Biff Busick and Mike Bailey put on a very solid match. Biff Busick, like I said, very dominant, and then, you know, every now and then Mike Bailey would have a comeback and, you know, hit one of his moves or whatever. But very good opener. Biff Busick won with the rear naked choke, so very solid way to kick off the show. Next, we go to a singles match. Cedric Alexander versus Tommaso Ciampa. Really good match as well right here. Better than the opener, but this is about as even as a match can get, to be perfectly honest. Both these guys are just... It was completely even. Like, there wasn't really a time in this match where one guy was dominating or, you know, whatever. It was a very even match. Very back and forth, very stiff as well. I really enjoyed it. It got a lot of time as well. Not a lot of time, but, you know, it got at least, you know, a good 15 minutes, I would say. Just great back and forth action. One guy would hit a move, and, you know, it was just counter after counter, move after move. It was just as even as a match can get, to be perfectly honest, and it was very enjoyable. I was kind of, I don't want to say skeptical of how they would clash, but I was kind of just like, you know what, I'm not expecting too much. But they really surprised me and put on a really good match. I really enjoyed it. Definitely the best spot I loved about this match was the fact that Cedric Alexander, like, put him between he put his head between the second and top rope, and he just repeatedly did running kicks to it. I thought that was absolutely awesome, and just an awesome match. I really enjoyed it. Cedric Alexander got the win, so just great stuff. Very, very good. And I like how they both, you know, kicked at each other's finishers at least once. That was just awesome match. Then we're going to a tag team match at the Beaver boys, Alex Reynolds and John Silver versus the best friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent. This match was very odd. It was very good. Well, no. Let me take that back. It wasn't very good. It was very entertaining and fun, But it was a weird match. It's very different than what you'd usually see. With this match, it was basically, you can look at it as just a return match for the best friends. Of course, this is their first match in PWG since 11, I believe, because, you know, Trent got injured, so he was out. It was the return match, so they're, you know, pretty much reunion. And it pretty much seemed nothing more than a return match. It seemed like a match you would see where someone returns and just squashes someone. You know, that's what it seems like. It wasn't a squash match, but that's what it really seemed. It seemed like best friends pretty much just, you know, beating holy hell out of Alex Reynolds, having a lot of fun. And it was just, like I said, it wasn't a bad match. It was fun and entertaining, but it was completely different. It seemed like a handicap match. Definitely wasn't a good impression for the Beaver boys, I thought, just because they didn't really get too much in. This honestly didn't become like a real tag team match, probably to the last 3 or 5 minutes. You know, it was pretty much a handicap match with the best friends having fun. This match became really sexual. Alex Reynolds jerking off on both of them. That was very, very weird. And the fact that Trent yelled, "You just came on my best friend," was very kind of awkward. So this match was just, it was fun. It was very like pornographic in ways, but it was very odd. It was weird, but it was fun for what it was. Best friends won with a double choke slam, so it was good, but it was weird. John Silver, for a small guy, he's actually really good and really strong too. So yeah. All right, then we go to a singles match, ACH versus Arefox. Where here, this match is disappointing to me because I thought, you know, with these two names, you'd expect a really good match, but this was just very slow. They seemed like they didn't take it seriously. It just seemed like it was just, you know, messing around, which I'm all for. I'm all for guys having fun, but when you're having fun and not really doing much, it's taking a toll on the match. It's like, come on, it's time to get at least a little serious. And, you know, it's just, like I said, it was slow. It's them joking around, a lot of showboating as well. I honestly couldn't get into it, and I thought it really tampered what this match could have been with these two. And even the crowd didn't seem all that into it as well. It's just, well, they got into it at a time, you know, the whole Stone Cold ACH, and, you know, they'd do, like, you know, a move or whatever that would the crowd pop for. But besides that, I was kind of disappointed, and I thought we could have gotten more. They should just stick to tag teaming, because they did tag team a few times, so they should just go back to tag teaming, I guess. But yeah, good match, but just it should have been a lot better. Then we go to a singles match, Drew Gulak versus Chris Hero. Very good match here as well. This match honestly really reminds me a lot. It almost seems like an exact repeat of Drew Gulak versus Kyle O'Reilly from Bola last year, from night 1. I really got that feel, and it really seemed that way to me. But this is just, like I said, that match just really, like, it seemed like an exact repeat in my opinion. Drew Gulak very much dominated this match, targeting the leg of Chris Hero. This is pretty much a technician versus, a striker match, Chris Hero being a technician, and, Drew Gulak is just a very, I don't want to say technical striker, but he's really hard-hitting, and he definitely, is I don't want to say force to be reckoned with, that's kind of lame, but he's really intense, I should say. He's very intense, and I thought the match pretty well. Chris Hero didn't get a lot of in. He got, his stiff jabs and elbows in every once in a while, but it was mainly just Drew Gulak taking over, but with Chris Hero picking up the win with the pile driver, which, came out of nowhere. Hence the name from out of nowhere, too, for the 1-2-3 win. So it was very solid, but it kind of seemed like I was just watching a big repeat of Drew versus O'Reilly. Not saying nothing wrong with it, but it seemed like I was just watching the same thing. And then we go to a singles match, Ricochet versus Matt Sydal. From this match on, this show just becomes awesome. Awesome match from these two right here, as you expect. You'd think these two would just go full force, non-stop, but it wasn't. This match wasn't just, them speeding and going, 100 miles per hour. It was actually nicely paced. It was very enjoyable. The meter auras off the apron was just, this match is so much fun. I can definitely see this being an early match of the year contender for PWG. Just awesome stuff. They matched very well, and to be perfectly honest, this match should have gotten more time. Out of every match on this card, this honestly is probably the match that got the least amount of time, which is very surprising, because do you think this would be the match that got one of the most amount of time? But not complaining. The match is still awesome, very enjoyable, so much fun. The crowd was completely into it, and just awesome match as you expect from these two. Like I said, nicely paced, wasn't too fast, wasn't too slow. And the maneuvers, from the moonsaults to the, 450s or the shooting stars, so much fun, very enjoyable. Ricochet got the win. It was just an awesome match. Then we go to a tag team match, Monster Mafia, Josh Alexander and Ethan Page versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Awesome match here as well, so much fun. It's a Young Bucks match. What do you expect? So I don't know why I'm acting so surprised. It was so much fun. Nick Jackson, definitely the MVP of this match. He was just completely awesome. What made this match even better is the fact that Dave Meltzer was in the front row, so they definitely showboated for him and pointed him out a few times. This was so much fun. The crowd was so much into it as well. Monster Mafia definitely made a good impression on me. This is the first time I've seen them, and they definitely I liked them. From what I saw, I really liked what they did, and I thought they worked really well with the Young Bucks. And you know, the best thing about this match was the fact that there was actually times in this match where something like the Monster Mafia actually were going to beat the Young Bucks. So it's always good to add that intensity and you know, to that match where it's like, oh my god, the Young Bucks almost lost, because you know it's not very often the Young Bucks lose in PWG. So the fact that the Monster Mafia almost beat them in their debut was, you know, that much better. So this match was a lot of fun. Young Bucks just making this match so much fun as usual. And the absolute best part, and maybe the greatest PWG moment of all time, is the fact that the Young Bucks blew Dave Meltzer a kiss right before hitting the Meltzer driver for the win. That was absolutely awesome, absolutely phenomenal. And this is just an extremely fun tag team match here. Just awesome stuff. Definitely a great debut for the Monster Mafia. And then, of course, go to the main event, which was the World Championship title match, Roderick Strong versus Trevor Lee, and which was definitely an awesome match as well. Honestly, I can't say enough for the last 3 matches. Those definitely made this show very, very awesome. Trevor Lee and Roderick Strong just killed each other. You know, it started a little slow. You know, it was kind of, you know, whatever, but definitely picked up, definitely went very, very strong. Hard-hitting physical battle. This was definitely a great way to kick off Roderick Strong's title reign. This is just matches I think you'll see throughout his title reign. This was very, very good. Just hard-hitting, nicely paced. There's definitely times where, you know, Trevor Lee looked like he's going to win the title too. So that just emotion and that, you know, oh my god, he almost won, like, you know, drama definitely adds to the match. And definitely, I would honestly say, to me, you know, you can honestly argue any of these 3 matches are matches tonight, but I honestly say this was matches tonight. I thought this just perfectly played out. I thought it was perfect for Roderick Strong and Trevor Lee. You know, Trevor Lee, you know, with these huge wins over the last couple months, last couple shows, and you know, this definitely proved, you know, his wins weren't flukes. He definitely, you know, earned them and fought for them. And this was just an awesome main event. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was an awesome match, and personally, my favorite match on the card. And you know, Roderick Strong pulled out the win with the end of Heartache, which was absolutely insane. He actually flipped them inside out. You know how usually he does it, he flips him onto the back, but he actually did a complete spin and landed on his stomach, so it ended up actually giving him more of a gut buster than anything else, more than an end of Heartache, but it was still awesome. Trevor Lee attempted the you know, small package a few times this match, and the crowd erupted for the small package because that's what he's infamous for, you know, winning with. But definitely an awesome main event. After the match, of course, Roderick Strong challenged Zack Sabre Jr. for the next show, so that was the main event, so I'm really looking forward to that. But from out of nowhere, definitely a great way to kick off PWG in 2015. Very solid card with the last 3 matches being absolutely awesome, spectacular in my opinion. So definitely pick the show up. Definitely worth it, and definitely a great way for PWG kickoff 2015. Can't wait for the rest of the year. They've already announced the next 5 shows, which is very you know, uncommon for nowadays. So they already announced June, July, and August shows. And Don't Sweat the Technique hopefully is out in the next month. That just happened last week, so hopefully it's out soon. And thank you guys for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.